I don't know that there'll be, I think it's more the consumer's mindset and consumer confidence. I'm not sure that the Supreme Court nominee that's appointed is going to affect certain sectors. There are things going on right now that are affecting certain sectors. NATO just this week announced they're going to increase up to 10% the GDP on defense stocks, on defense. So the defense stocks are doing real well right now. There's news out there like that can affect the market. I'm not sure about the Supreme Court, but we're just going to get tired of hearing about it. Every time we turn on the news, it's going to be another fight.
There is, however, a conversation in terms of his nomination with the Affordable Care Act and some concerns with how health care may then transition in this country. So for people who are invested in different types of medical companies and industries, might they see something?
That is one thing that can happen. Once he's appointed, if there's verbiage of repealing the Obama Act, that could affect the healthcare stocks, which by the way, he's had a decent year this year. That is one element, but we'll have to wait and see. That's going to be a 2019 story, not a 2018 story. I wouldn't be worrying about that the next 6 months.
But it does impact, I guess, how people put investing aside the day-to-day living. Because is it true or false, John, that right now the majority of Americans are still living paycheck to paycheck?
Oh, absolutely. When I look at the statistics of who's able to save, the savers, who's putting money back, the amount of money or the amount of people out there that do not have a savings account or have any savings, it's mind-blowing. So I think the majority of people are living paycheck to paycheck.
You know, that was brought to my attention with the death of Anthony Bourdain, and it was reported then upon his death that his estate was worth $1 million, which to many people you'd think, wow, that's a lot of money, but that was the value of the estate with a person who probably should have had much more net worth than he did.
Yeah, that stood out in everybody's mind. You look at him and very successful, not only on his TV show, but writing books, restaurant business. You'd have thought that would have been more. But you're right, that goes to show you. But $1 million is a lot of money to 90% of America, right? Mm-hmm. So we get caught up in all this, like I said, geopolitical news, and the people that need change the most, they're not getting it. You know, they're sitting there. That's people know why Trump got elected, and it was the Rust Belt. They didn't know how to poll that, number one. And those are the people that are living in small towns. The factories are boarded up, and they wanted job growth to come back to the United States. That's what he ran on, and that's why he got elected.
So as we head into commercial, let's tease you with this. I mentioned earlier that we're going to talk about your money. Let's do that when we come back, both in terms of reassessing your portfolio mid-year, as I mentioned before, and then the different classes and things that John and his brother Jim are doing. One, the book about the road to your dream retirement, the smart route to your dream retirement, talking about your 401k. The other, if you're listening and you're approaching your retirement years, how to maximize Social Security and what you ought to know about that. They can help you with both fronts. We're back with more Chattanooga Money Radio and John's Wisdom in just a minute.